Hello and welcome here to Tynedale Cricket Club for the final of the West Tyne League First Division Knockout Cup, and it's Haltwhistle versus Humshaugh here, and it's Haltwhistle who are batting first, with Lloyd and Humshaugh out there at the moment, and we've got Forster bowling from the top end, the gasworks end here at Priors Flat. And as you can probably hear with the noise over the microphone, we've got a big crowd in here this afternoon at Priors Flat, and it was Lloyd who just the innings is underway here, and we've got a 4 to start there from Lloyd, the right-hander. So there's one slip as Forster's in now and bowls, and Lloyd just defends this one down out square, and it's picked up there at by Headley Renton there, who's at backward point. So we've got one slip, Williamson. We've got the other Forster up here at short third man. We've got Renton at backward point. We've got a cover, an extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on and a square leg. Here's Forster up past the umpire now and bowls, and that's fallen. It's defended back, just jammed the bat down on it there, did Lloyd, and there's no run, so the score remains at 4 for no wicket in the first over here of the match. And finally we've got underway just before 4:45 here this evening here at Priors Flat, and just a little bit of drizzle there before. We've had the second division cup final already, as in comes Foster again now and bowls, and that one's played square again, or just behind square on the offside here, and it's picked up by Renton, and there's no run, so it remains 4 for no wicket, Haltwhistle. And it's going to be Lloyd, sets himself up again. Here's Forster, moves in towards him, bowls, and that one's defended out onto the offside again, and it's picked up there by Heslop. It is there, fielding in it at orthodox cover there, and yes, he's got his shirt untucked, his blonde hair there gives a little bit of encouragement to his teammates. But here's Foster again now, moves in to Lloyd. Drive this time and edged, and it's between first slip and short third man, and it's going for 4 up here at our boundary behind third man, just down to our left, about in front of the scorer's box there. So 2 4s off the first over here, and a good start for Haltwhistle. So 8 for no wicket at the end of the first over here, and it's Lloyd who has them all. And it's going to be we're just about to get underway again here, just the field changing round, and it's going to be Thompson who's going to bowl the next one for Humshaugh. He's going to partner Forster, and he's going to bowl from our end, so right arm over the wicket, I think he is, yes. Humshaugh up there at the top end, waiting now, slow bowler. Here he comes now, moves in away from us past the umpire and bowls, loops a full toss up, and there's a big hit there, and it's a hard catch chance there in at mid wicket. It's Forster there who's in on the cut pitch, and that was whacked, cross batted there, and a drop early on here. Well, it went very hard, and he didn't really get his hands to it. It went so quick in there to Forster in at close mid-wicket. He's dropped back a yard or two, so there was a single there to the total. 9 for no wicket now, Haltwhistle. Now it's Thompson moves in. Drive this time, and a little caught and bull chance there maybe just pitched in front of him, but it got through, but there was no run. It's fielded at mid-off there, and was that Elliott who fielded it there with his cap on, the peak of his cap just turned up a little, and in goes the next one now. A little late cut there from Lloyd this time, who chops it down, and it just runs out onto the offside towards the tennis courts, and there's no run. And we're quickly back in position, so the slip's gone now for the spinner. Here he comes, the next one's on the way, comes forward and drives, but it's collected there in at extra cover, and there's no run. So we've got a backward square leg, we've got a deep square leg, a deep mid-wicket, a close mid-wicket, a mid-on, a mid-off, an extra cover, a cover and a close cover point. As in goes the next one, and it's Lloyd who just turns this one, or tries to turn it into the leg side there, and there's no run. Quickly fielded there by the wicket keeper, and it's back with Thompson again now. Up he goes to bowl. Slow rhythmical action, and that one's got through, and that one he played and missed at it, and it went between bat and body there, but behind the stumps it went down, and I don't think that was a chance, but that's the end of the over, the end of the second over. Haltwhistle batting first here, 9 for no wicket, and it's Lloyd 8 and Hampshire 1. Yeah, and Cricket West Tyne on Spreaker Internet Radio. You're with Matthew Erskine here, and a sizable crowd in at Priors Flat this afternoon for this finals day in the West Tyne League. So here we go again. It's going to be Forster to continue from the top end. The slips out now for the next one. Matty Williamson is just going up there to mid-on. So we've got 2 deep to the leg side. I think we've got a fine leg in there and a deep mid-wicket. As in comes the ball, and it's turned away. Tried to turn that one away to the leg side, and at a leg bye called there by the umpire. And up we go again to the top end. Now Williamson's bringing himself out of that mid-on position. There was a single there, 10 for no wicket. And just have a look round as the next ball about to come on its way now. Lloyd on strike for Haltwhistle. They're playing a miss outside the off stump that time, and it goes whizzing through to the wicket keeper there, and there's no run, and the ball goes slowly round the offside field. And here's the next one now on its way. Drive this time. Oh, lovely placement through between extra cover and mid-off. It's running up there towards the Priors flat boundary, the Priors terrace boundary. It's saved by Elliott just inside and thrown in, and there's 2 runs there to Haltwhistle, and that takes the score now to 12 for no wicket in the third over this one, I beg your pardon, third over here. And here is Lloyd on strike again. On the way, here's the next ball, driven again, and more beautiful placement between cover and extra this time. A little bit square, and it races up to the boundary there, just a little bit closer to us at the house end of Spittle Terrace. It was just over pitch, slightly outside the off stump, and Lloyd give it the full treatment there, and a weight shot up to the boundary. So 4 more to the total. That takes it to 16 for no wicket here in the first innings of this First Division Knockout Cup final from the West Tyne League. And the next one's in now, and that's full, and it's turned off his legs, and it's racing up towards the scoreboard to the left. It's going to go all the way. Another good, brilliantly timed shot there. Just angled in towards the legs there, and Lloyd got the bat down and closed the face and timed it beautifully just off his toes, and it went up through the straightish mid-wicket there up towards the scoreboard. So Haltwhistle now 20 for no wicket, and we're just in the third over here. Now here we go again. Here's Lloyd, goes forward this time and hits it straight back to the ball, and a couple of bounces there, and it's picked up, and that's the end of the over. 3 overs gone here. It's 20 for no wicket Haltwhistle. As here's the sun come out for the first time this afternoon here at Priors Flat. So maximum 20 overs per side, and when the sun comes out here, the scoreboard goes into the shadows because shining right down on it, but we can just still see it at the moment. And it's going to be Thompson again to take up the attack, and it's going to be Humshaugh on strike, the right-hander. Into his run now. Big hit to the right, and it's going up towards the house end, and there's a misfield. There's a misfield down at deep square leg, and it's gone for 4. Heslop, the culprit there, just slipped over the top of it, so another 4 to the total. 24 for no wicket now, Haltwhistle. Here's the next one now. On his way again, Thompson. And a defensive shot that time, just drops it down into the offside from Humshaugh there, and it's picked up quickly and thrown round to back to Thompson, and now he's about to go again. Here he goes, moves in past the umpire. Big hit to the leg again, and it's going to split the fielders up there, is it? Oh, that's a brilliant stop. Was that over? No, it was an excellent one-handed stop down there on the boundary by Crawford, the captain, I think it was. And there's a bit of barricading going on from the crowd down there. There's a big crowd on that side over by the main gate side, the Kingsgate Terrace side down there. And it went to 1 run, is just at the moment 25. So it hasn't been given, but it was a brilliant take on the run, one-handed by Crawford, and now here's Thompson again. And Lloyd's forward that time and doesn't just defends it down into the offside, and there's no run. So 25 for no wicket. Lloyd 18. Humshaugh up there at and down here at the non-striker's end. He's 6. Thompson again. Swing and a drive this time out towards deep mid-off there, and it's Elliott who picks it up, and there's a single there to Lloyd. He goes to 19. The score goes to 26 for no wicket in the 4th over here. Now here's Thompson again under bright sunshine now here at Hexham. Buzz Damshire now waits on that one and plays back for no run up to point there, and it's Renton who fields it. And that's the end of the over. 26 for no wicket. Haltwhistle in the first innings here. And in the first match, second division knockout cup final, Midford posted 142 in their first innings, and Stamfordham could only reply with 115. So Midford worthy winners there by 27 runs, and we had the presentation between the games here. And we're about to get the next over underway here, and it's going to be Lloyd on strike, and we're going to have a gully, a point, a deep cover and extra cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a square forward square leg and a fine leg. And that one's pushed for 1 up there to mid-off, and it's Elliott who fields, but good running there from the Haltwhistle batsman. They take the score to 27 for naught in the 5th over here, maximum of 20. Just a few faint wisps of cloud going over Hexham now. The breeze still with us, keeping them moving. Hopefully them dark clouds away across above the Abbey will keep to the east there, and the next one's driven this time out towards the covers, and they get through for a single. Close one though, and takes the score to 28. Lloyd on to strike now. Again, the right-hander started quickly here, and it will be Lloyd on strike. Here's the next one now. Bowls driven high, and it's going up towards the boundary, over the bowler's head, up towards the straight boundary there at the gasworks end, the opposite end to us here, and signalled there up 4 called, and it's 32 for no wicket now, Haltwhistle. And I was speaking to a fellow outside before who would have backed Haltwhistle to chase a total down, but putting a total on the board might not have been the easiest option, but at the minute they're proving the other way. And that's driven again this time, the next one, and it's not timed though, and it goes out to wide mid-on there, and it's picked up. And I'm just seeing if that's Crawford who's fielding there, the captain. Yes, he's up there. And now it's Lloyd on strike again. No run there, 32 for no wicket. A nice late cut attempted there, but he swings and misses outside the off stump this time, and it goes through to the keeper. And the score remains the same. And all the windows open here in the Friars Flat clubhouse this afternoon. And here's The next ball on the way now. Up he comes and bowls, and that's turned round the corner up towards the fine leg boundary, and it's racing away up there. And has it gone? No, it's fielded down there and thrown in. And that's the end of the over, so 1 run at the end there, 33 for no wicket now. Haltwhistle after 5 overs, 15 to go. And we'll just have a little break here at the moment on Cricket West Tyne, and we'll be back to take up the action again.
Cricket West Tyne program on Spreaker Online and Podcast Radio in association with the Royal Oak Country Pub, Cornsey Colliery, experts in business consultancy, and Cannon Bristle and Dairy Products. Drink well, eat well, do business well, listen well.
And back here at Priors Flat, we've got Matty Williamson, right arm over to take up the attack. Here he goes, goes up and bowls his medium pace, and it's driven this time, and it's beat the first fielder there in at cover, but fielded by Elliott there at a sliding stop round to his left from mid-off, and 1 run, so it goes to 34 now in the 6th over. I think this one will be. So we've got a deep mid-wicket in place now, as in goes Williamson again. Big drive this time, but he didn't time it that time, Humshaugh, and it runs just meekly out towards us here, but it's intercepted there at mid-on, and there's no run. And Williamson back to the end of his mark now. In he goes again. A bigger drive attempted again this time, and he's got something on it up towards Heslop there at deep mid-wicket, and the ball runs out. He throws it in, and the batsmen come through for another single. That takes it to 35 for none. Lloyd on to strike, 26 not out, Hampshire 8. And here's Williamson again, about to move into bowl. He's there and bowls, and that's a full toss, and it's driven but not timed, and it goes out low, and it's fielded there on the couple of bounces in at extra cover. So the score stays the same now. The players in the first match here this afternoon didn't get the benefit of the sunshine, but these ones do, as Williamson bowls again Lloyd, and it's a low drive this time out towards the tennis courts across to the left, and it's Renton who picks it up down there on the deep cover boundary and sends in a low throw up to the wicketkeeper's end, and there's a 1 run there. 36 now the score, 36 for no wicket. Haltwhistle in the 6th over. Now here's Williamson again, moves in. Up he goes and bowls, and there's a drive this time. A low drive, but it's on the bounce out to the left, and it's fielded there by Elliott, who goes down at deep mid-off and picks it up, and there was no run off the last ball there, and it remains at, after 6 overs here, Haltwhistle 36 for no wicket, Lloyd 27 and Hampshire 8. And some of the Mitford players who won the cup, the trophy, the 2nd division trophy there, have got it filled with something spicy and rich, and celebrating out there as well they might do. But here we go now. We've got the next over about to start, the 7th over here. Here comes Lloyd on to strike again, and he plays for 1. They're going for a quick one into mid-wicket out to the left there, and they get it. Good running there. 37 now, 37 for no wicket, Haltwhistle. Now here comes a change in the field. We've got a deep mid-wicket in place now and a fine leg. We've got a deep cover as well, so it's 1, 2, 3 on the offside inside the circle. Drive this time, and that's over the fielder, and that'll go away up to for 4, through over mid-off, and it's up there towards the safety net at the far end, up towards Corbridge, and 4 runs to the total. 41 now for no wicket, Haltwhistle in the 7th. And they continue to attack here. Here's the next one on its way now. Another big drive attempted, and a swing and a miss outside the off stump this time, and it goes through to the comes through to the wicketkeeper, and there's no run. A little lad up there trying to shift some black plastic sheeting around, I think, up over towards the house end there. He's soon given that up as a bad job. Another play and a miss outside the off stump again. 41 for no wicket, Haltwhistle here. Just these width of the balls here, just tempting the batsman Humshaugh to try and cut this one or play a late shot, because there's a big gap down towards third man here. Big swing and a miss outside the off again, and that was a ugly looking cross batted shot, that one, and it went underneath the bat and flew through here to the wicket keeper, and there's no run, so still 41 for no wicket, Haltwhistle. First innings here, and here's the next ball now. Up he comes, pitches up this time, and a play and a miss. That one defeated the batsman going forward. He didn't quite get that front foot out there quick enough, and he played a miss through to the wicket keeper, so a good finish to the over there after that 4 earlier on. So 41 for no wicket now, Haltwhistle, after 8, and it will be, is it going to be Williamson to take up the attack again? It is, down at this end, our end here, and it's going to be Lloyd on strike, 28, and here we go. Here's Williamson now, moves in slowly. Ball's fallen, it's driven on the full, they're coming for one, they're going to have to be quick here as a shot, and it's wide to the left of the stumps at the bowler's end here, and they get through, so quick running, a bit have-em scav-em, but they got through, so 42 the total now, 42 for no wickets, Haltwhistle. And here's Williams again now, Williamson into his stride. Wide of the off stump this time, wide ball called there, so another one to the total, 43 for no wicket now, Haltwhistle. Hello Dan, are you okay? Just stick that headset on. Right, here's Williamson. He's about to bowl again, in he goes. And that's down the leg side this time. And was there a wide signal there? I think there was, yes. 44 for no wicket now. Right, we've got Dan Parker here, former Haltwhistle player, now a Tynedale player. At the end of the over, he's going to give you his opinion. Alright, of the match. I want you to give us your prediction for the result. But here's Williamson in now and ball, and a big swing, and he didn't time that at all. It came off, looked like it came off the top of the bat, and it's fielded by Forster in there at mid wicket, and there's no run. It's 44 for no wicket, Haltwhistle. Let's see what Williamson can do again. Don't worry, Dan, we're not going to throw you in at the deep end and make you talk all the time. In he goes and bowls again, and wide ball called there, and another one to the total. That's 45 for no wicket now. And Williamson back towards the end of his mark. So we've got a third man in now, we've got a final leg, we've got a deep mid wicket, we've got a square leg, a mid off, a mid on, an extra cover and a deep cover and a backward point. As in goes Williamson again, wide of the off stump, and wide ball called again. And 46 now, so Williamson just losing his line a bit here. But no doubt he's trying to stem this scoring rate. As he's back to his mark now, right arm over the wicket, he's about to move in again. Here he goes, and bowls, and that one's defended for one, is it? No, they don't take the single there to Forster at mid wicket, and there'll be a few of I think there'll be 1 or 2 balls left in this over. It's been 3 wide so far that I've counted anyway, but there might even be a couple of balls left here. But here's Williamson again now, about to move in. Hits it high over long on, and it's coming down, and it's going to be 4 in front of the clubhouse here. 1 bounce for 4, and there's the 50 up for Haltwhistle, and it's is that a Humshaugh batting at the top end? And he's gone to 16, and it's Lloyd at this end. He's on 29. So we've got 2 deep now on the square on the leg side. We've got a deep backward square at the house end there, across to the right. We've got a deep mid wicket, and Williamson in again now to finish this rather long over. He's there, he's bowled him, he's out, and Humshaugh's gone. He's bowled a big swipe across the line there, and Williamson has his first wicket. Humshaugh bowled Williamson 50-1. There you go, Dan. Your turn. Go on then.
Good start for Haltwhistle. 8 overs, 50 on the board. And you've got the Dan Kirk up in next, who's a game winner. He'll be the match winner if he comes off, I think. I think if you asked him 8 overs in, 50 on the board, he would take it, tap your hand off for it. So.
Well, I was speaking to a fellow out there before, and I'll not tell you who it was, but he said if Haltwhistle have got to chase a total, it'll be all right. But if they had to set a total, they wouldn't be all right. But they've proved it all right at the minute. Yeah. Do you think?
They got put in. They wanted the ball first. That was the plan. I was in the change room before the game. But they've done well. Ben's batted really well. Sensible. That's what you need. He's a good player. Now you've got Dan coming in. He's capable of getting out first ball, but he's also capable of getting 120 in no time. So time will tell. But
well, he's not
happy with the start.
Well, it's as Dan said there. It's Dan Kirk up, the new batsman in. He's a right-hander, big stocky fella up at the far end there. He's just taking his guard off the umpire at the minute. And it's going to Williamson. Still got a ball left in this over. I've kind of lost count of how many we've had now, but it's 50-1 now. Haltwhistle. Humshaugh the man out, and he went for. They haven't filled the ball in. He certainly didn't just get 3, and I can't remember how many he got, but it was a good, as we've heard, a good opening partnership. So Kirkup takes his time to set himself here. He's going to face his first ball now, and he's hit on the pads. There's a big shout, and half the Humshaugh team up there, and that was the umpire said no, but and I think they got through for 1. There must have been some batting in it. I haven't seen the umpire signal a leg by, so a little inside edge there, and that is the end of Williamson's over. So who's still to come have we got down for?
We've got my dad actually was supposed to be next, Michael Parker, but he's been dropped because they had a good start, which was the plan. We've got Sean Marsh, Rob Graham, who can hit a ball.
Who's 15-year-old Ian Richardson?
15-year-old is placed in the 15th generation to Tyndale, Archie Richardson.
Yes.
Really good player.
He got 4 wickets for 1 the other night or something in a
against Greenside.
Right.
He'll come in probably later on, but there's a couple of hits to come in. As long as they've got a good start, which is the main thing, I think. Get a good start in cricket,
right.
You can kick on from there.
So we've got Forster to bowl here. Right arm over. He's coming off a great big long run, so medium fast up towards us here in the clubhouse. Kirkup it is, facing, no slips. He pulls the first one from round about just above his waist there out towards the tennis courts at square leg, and he gets a single, and he's gone to 2 with that shot, and that moves him up to, that moves the total up to 52.
Dan's he's a good player when the crowd's in today, so
yes, we've got the riff-raff in here behind us, you see.
Yeah, so I think Dan, people are in the crowd's in, so I think he'll be the man to do it.
Looking to entertain them, eh?
Yeah.
Forster again now to Lloyd, who defends this one back to him, and he just picks it up off the ground there, and he doesn't want to save any energy. He's running all the way back to his bowling mark there. They've only got 75 minutes to bowl the 20 overs, have the field inside at any one time, yeah, and then any over after that, not started before the 75 minutes are up, are worth 5 penalty runs to the batting side. So here's the next one from Forster, and it's hit out onto the offside this time, going forward there by Lloyd, and it's picked up, and there's no run. The sun's gone in here now. Williamson just having a rest down here at third man. We've got Foster with the ball up there again, so we've got no slips this time. We've got a backward point, a deep cover, extra cover, a deep mid off, a deep mid on, a deep square leg and a mid wicket. There's the next one, and wide of the off stump, but no signal of a wide there, so the score stays at 52 for 1. Lloyd 29, and Kirkup 2 not out. I think it's, if Ben Lloyd goes on here, he should go on. I think Haltwhistle will get a biggish total. What would you look for?
I think it's 7 over now and it's 140. I think it's a good total.
Foster again bowls, and this one's pushed for 1, just wide of extra cover there, and they get through, and they're looking for the second here, but Kirkup had run about 10 yards past the stumps here at the striker's end, so they didn't go. There was no way he was going to get back up for the second there, and the score goes to 53 for 1. And Forster has just about to get the ball up at that top end, so you reckon 140 they might do
I
it.
think from the first game, the second division was seeing 140 good total. If you're ball chasing, I think it'll be hard to beat. So I think the lads will be looking at that now.
Forster again now, a big drive there from Kirkup, brilliantly placed and timed and hit hard, and it's racing up to the boundary, up there between the two terraces of houses.
Good shot.
And
Proper cricket shot.
little over pitch, do you think there from?
Yeah, it's a little over pitch, but executed well.
Well, that's the end of the over. We're up to 9 now. I think that would be the end of the 9th, because we started up at that top end. 9 overs gone, 57 for 1 now, Haltwhistle. So the rate just slowed down a little bit here. But with these two at the wicket, we're going to see what's happened. Now we've got a change of bowling down at this near end. We've got Parkinson coming on, and he looks like he's a left armer, and he's going to go around the wicket to Lloyd. Luke Parkinson.
Spin bowler, left arm.
Right, yeah, he's about to go in away from us here, bowling to Lloyd. A low flat. Well, they're a round arm ball there, and it's just defended back to him down the pitch, and he picks it up, and there's another one running back towards the end of his mark. So they may be behind the over rate here, but here's Parkinson again, moves in. Full outside the off stump and chopped down by Lloyd there, and the ball goes rolling out there, and it's fielded at backward point up towards the scoreboard, and there's no run. Still 57 for 1. Doesn't matter how often you hide that microphone, you'll not hide what you say. As Parkinson his bowls now, and it's driven up for 4 to the tennis courts, and the 4 more to the total, 61 for 1, and it's Lloyd who got that one, and he's up there on 34 now. Next time I'll hand you a pen, right, and you can write it down on a bit of paper. As in goes Parkinson again now, and bowls outside the off stump, and that's chopped away again, but it's fielded on the bounce there at backward point, across to the left, and there's no run. So Parkinson back quickly to his mark, changing the field here for Lloyd. Mid wickets come out, and in goes Williamson there too. A cover point as Parkinson's about to bowl again. Now he's left a big gap down in the deep here, and that one was a quicker one, and it slid on to the batsman there, and Lloyd, and he just managed to defend it out to the offside. And what do you think the next one will be?
Could be anything.
As we'll soon find out. Here he goes. Here's Parkinson, driven high this time over mid-off, and it's racing out towards the tennis pavilion, and they've run 2 now, and there's the signal for 4 up here to the boundary from the umpire. So the end of the over there, the end of Parkinson's over, and the end of the 10th here in the first innings of this First Division Cup final. 65 for 1, Haltwhistle. And did you say Haltwhistle got put in?
Haltwhistle lost a toss, but they were going to bowl first.
If they'd won it,
if they won the toss, they'd bowl first. Yeah.
I
was in the change room before the game, and it's a good wicket, it's a good outfield, so it's not a bad toss to lose, to be honest. If I was playing, I would love to bat first. Set a good score on the board. But they've had a good start. 65 for 1 from 11.
6.5 and over they're going at the moment.
So hopefully they can kick on from there.
So here's Foster again to take up the attack from the top end, coming towards us here. And he's going to bowl to Kirkup. He's in now and bowls, and that's on his legs that time, and I think it struck his thigh pad there. And yes, the umpire's going to signal one leg by here. So the score goes to 66 for 1. Forster it is who's about to get the bowls, so the ball back up there. And here we go, we've got a deep mid off and a closer mid on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the offside, 3 inside the 4 inside the circle. As in comes Forster, and a play and a miss by Lloyd that time. That was a quicker one, just on the right line there. And it was Lloyd who went forward there and didn't quite get to the pitch, and it jumped up and went past the top half of the bat through to the keeper there, and there was no run.
Ex-Haltwhistle player there, Will Foster and his brother, both played for Haltwhistle. Now at Humshaugh.
As here comes Foster again now, he's in and bowls, and another play and a miss from Lloyd going forward there.
Good ball there. Will's run back to his marker because 75, long run up, 75 minute rule. Might distract him a bit.
Of course, we did have that final. Here 2 years ago.
2 years ago where that penalty came in
and it rather decided the match, didn't it?
Yeah.
Here's the medicine. Here we go. Here's Forster in again, and there's a drive from Lloyd this time, and it's Elliott, I think it was, who fielded that up there at deep mid off. But they get through for a single. It was placed just to the right of him there, and the score goes to 67. And now we've got a change in the field again for Kirkup. There's a long on in place now, a deep square, deep mid wicket, and a deep cover, and I think there'll be a fine leg round the third man down here. A very fine third man. Foster again, driven straight this time, and they're going for one. There's a shot at the stumps, and if that hit, I think Kirkup would have been gone. But we've got a double play here. They're running up. They've got overthrows to the wicketkeeper's end up towards us, and they've got 2 runs. And everything was happening there. I think Dan Kirkup dived in there, and he's just covered himself in a nice plume of dust, and he's just having to readjust all his bits and pieces at the moment as he comes to bat at this top end. So there was 2 to the total, 69 now for 1.
He just got in there, Dan Kirkup. Duncan Wren said that he wouldn't get in, but he got up and ran 2.
He's a fit fella. In comes Forster again now and bowls fast, and Parker defends that one down, and that more or less you're sitting next to us, Dan, man. It's Dan Kirkup who defends that one down, and it bounced over the stumps and comes through to the wicketkeeper, and there's no run at the end of that one. So there we go, 69 for 1. And Lloyd's still there. He opened, he's got 39. The man out was Humshaugh. He got 16. I see the scoreboard's adjusted for that one now, and Kirkup there with him. He's 8 not out at the moment. So where are we going now? Who've we got? Parkinson to come back on the bowl, slow left arm, and the field scattered across to the leg side here, across towards the Kingsgate Terrace side of the ground. 2 in the square deep, and it's turned through mid wicket for a single. And really, where else to play it? You've got that wide expanse of field out there. So
Benson good, he's doing good since he's come on. Opened up, played well. Put down on Luke Parkinson's the spinner still on. I think it was 70 for 1, 12, playing the 12th. So we're going good at the minute. We've got a few fans behind us. Big mention to Craig Summerskill roofing. Anyone that's a roof done, he's the man to see.
Parkinson's in now, and it's Kirkup forward there and just defends this one back. He was a big step forward there, but a change in the field now. Out comes square leg into extra cover. Now we've seen Kirkup drive this ball 2 or 3 times, but let's see what he does now. And that one bounced a little bit, and he's turned it, opened the face there for one up to close backward point, and he comes through to this end. So another one to the total. It goes to 71 for 1 in the 12th here. And we've got Long On has just moved inside the 30-yard circle now. We've still got 2 deep to the leg across to the right. Drive this time, and it's going up towards the boundary there, but there's a deep extra cover in place by the tennis courts, and they just get 1 this time, and it goes to 72 for 1. And it is Lloyd who's gone to 41 with that shot. Kirkup on the strike now. He's 9 not out, and it's going to be Parkinson to bowl to him. Big drive high, and that'll go for 4, I think. 1 bounce for 4. No, 6. And that wasn't too high, but he must have got plenty under that one to go for 6 across to our left, over long off, up towards further towards the tennis pavilion across there. And he's got the sun on his back now, Kirkup. He's moved to 15. The score goes to 78 for 1 in the 12th. And here's Parkinson. The field dropped back here in the straight deep after that one. 2 deep to the leg across to our right, and 1 deep out to the off. And there's Kirkup who plays that one nicely. And what timing! What timing! And he's hit a 4. He just leant on that one, and it went through the gap between backward point and cover point there. Only about 8 or 9 yards the gap, but it raced away once it got past the inner field there. And that's the end of the over. 82 for 1. And Kirkup now has 19, and it is Lloyd who has 41. It's because you're sitting right there, you know.
Well, the same build, so I can see when you get mixed up.
Right, well, just we'll have a quick break here on Cricket West Tyne, and we'll be back while I play a little piece from some of our sponsors.
You're listening to Cricket West Tyne program on Spreaker Online and Podcast Radio in association with the Royal Oak Country Pub, Cornsey Colliery, experts in business consultancy, and Cannon Bristle and Dairy Products. Drink well, eat well, do business well, listen well.
There we go now, we're back in, and there's a wicket straight away as we've come back here, and it's Lloyd giving out LBW, is it? Yes, he's out. And it's Foster who's taken the wicket, so it's Haltwhistle have lost their 2nd wicket here, and Lloyd is gone for 41, and it's 82 for 2.
I think there might be a good run out chance here. He's aging very quite well. The new batsman, arthritis in the knee. It's Michael Parker coming in.
Oh, it's your dad. And the applause there for
Ben
Lloyd as he went off with 41 to his name. So Haltwhistle, yeah, 82 for 2 in the 13th, and now we have got a Parker at the crease.
Well, I don't know what to say, to be honest. Might as well have me dog in.
So here's Parker now, right-handed, not too tall a fella, just taking his guard there. The umpire at the far end just holding up play for the moment. 82 for 2 Haltwhistle, and 2 wickets down now. And here's Forster again now, he's up to bowl. Short and down the leg side, and wide ball called by the umpire there. 83 for 3 now. And if the line of that ball, if it had been just a little bit straight out, might have had Parker in a bit of trouble there, top edging or something like that. But as it happened, it went down the leg side. Not far down, mind, but the rules, the tight wide rule, in force for the cup competitions. So 83 for 2 now. Haltwhistle. Foster again now, bowls to Parker outside the off stump, and he just plays that one later with a chops down on it and cuts it out there, and it's Renton who runs round to his left and picks up at backward point, close backward point there, and there's a single to the total, so he's off the mark at least.
He's off the mark, yeah. Wide first ball, second ball, so he hasn't played for a few weeks, having an injury, so I'm sure we'll have a bit of banter tonight, me and my dad, about whatever way the game goes. Hopefully it goes in our favour, Haltwhistle, but Humshaugh are a dangerous team.
Here's Foster again now. Pulled for 6 over the tennis courts this time, and yes, 6 runs signalled by the umpire there, so that takes the score up to 89 now for 2 Haltwhistle. And Kirkup, we've lost the scores for the batsmen, so we don't know quite how many they're up to at the moment, but it's gone, it's 89. I think it actually might be 90. There was a single before as well, but we'll update you as soon as the scoreboard updates. Foster's in again now, and he's got through him nearly that one, and he's edged it up here towards third man, and he's going to get 1 run there. There's no slips in place, and it didn't go too far away from the keeper there, but and now the score's moved to 91 with that single. I'm going off my own score. I'm scoring for myself at the moment. 91 for 2 here, Haltwhistle. There we go, up to 91 now. The scoreboard's just updated itself, and Foster's in again now. Through he comes to Parker this time, and it's defended down, and oh dear, that was near the stumps, it bounced. That's the second one we've seen do that. Kirkup did that before. And
what's going on,
the umpire at the top end looks to be signalling a wide ball there. Did he? No, we've got no. No, it doesn't.
I don't know what it is.
Actually, was there an infringement in the field there? Was there more than 4 outside? I don't know, but the score hasn't gone up, so it doesn't look like he's given a decision. It's 91 for 2 anyways. Foster's in again, and Parker's running without his hat here. Shot at the top end stumps, and it's missed, and by quite a long way actually, and there's 1 more to the total, so 92 for 2 at the end of that over. And it was all happening in that over there. So
we are 92 for 2, playing the 14th now, so we've still got a bit of time left. I think if Dan Kirkup's still at the crease, then Dan's dangerous. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another 100 himself, but he also could be out the next ball to where he plays. So, as a Haltwhistle fan, I'm very happy at the minute with the score. I was worried before the game. It's a couple of players injured and ill. I think it could have been a rollover personally, but I'm very happy with the way things have gone so far.
Right, here's Parkinson about to take up the attack again here from this near end. So he's got nobody deep at square leg, but he's got a deep mid wicket, long off, long on, as he bowls again now, and it's just defended by Parker this time into the offside towards the tennis courts, and there's no run. Actually, Elliott's inside the circle there, just round to the left at mid off, and there's long on in place here. 2 deep square on the offside towards the tennis courts, and there's the next one, just played late and up behind square there, and they come through. Parker it is who comes through for 1, and there's 1 more to the total, and that goes to 93 for 2 Haltwhistle. So I think the overs, I think this will be the 14th. The overs haven't clicked over. And now here we go again. Here's Parkinson bowling to Kirkup. Kirkup nearly got through him that one, but he managed to defend it down into the mid-wicket area, and it's picked up by Williamson there, who throws it back to Parkinson. Now here we go, 93 for 2. 14th over here. Parkinson moves in past the umpire. Kirkup turns this one round the corner up towards square leg, and there's a quick throw in there from Crawford. I think that was who picked it up. Yes, he's got the towel hanging out the back of his trousers there. But there was another single, 94 for 2 now, Haltwhistle. Parker on strike. Parkinson to Parker. In he moves, and he plays and misses outside the off stump this time, and not taken cleanly behind the stumps there, but it's stopped nonetheless. And there's no run, so 94 for 2, yeah.
Very impressive Parkinson.
And there's a drive this time for 1. Oh, a misfield by Foster here, but they're not going to get another one. So a single there, that drive out into the offside. So 95 it is at the end of the over, the end of the 14th. It's 95 for 2, Haltwhistle. And the batsman scores, I think Parker is on 27, but I couldn't be sure of that, so we'll bring you. Yeah. Because they've swapped round on the top there, so I don't know. Well, Wicklow, yeah, he might be here, I don't know. Chris Wicklow, the score off at Tyndale. I doubt it, he just lives across in them houses over in Elandville, you know. But new over about to start now. This is the 15th of a maximum of 20, and we've got Forster to bowl again. Now there's 2. Is that Rob or Will? Will Foster coming in here towards us. Short down the leg side, and a wide ball called there. And 96 now for 2, and all these little extras help here. And here's Forster again now. He is up at the end of his mark now. Here he goes. He's just about to run in. It is a long, fast run up. His knees bending at the joint now when he comes and bowls to Parker, and no, playing a miss outside the off stump that time, and it goes through to the wicket keeper. So Parker. It's still 96 for 2 here, and we're in the 15th at the minute, so 5 to go after this one as Foster's in again now, bowling to Parker. He's played that one late, nicely up here towards third man, but there's a fieldsman down here, runs in and picks it up now, and throws into the near end here, the wicketkeeper's end. So just one more to the total there, that takes it up to 97 for 2 in the 15th.
I think the single is a sensible option. At this stage of the game, you've got to keep Kirkup on strike.
And just 1 to go in this over, I think, if the umpire was signalling across to his colleague there. Whether he was or not, he's done a few strange hand signals up there in this innings.
Got us buffled up here in the commentary box.
It's not the only thing, I wouldn't worry. As here comes Forster again now, bolts up and bowls. Oh, big shot, that's 6 over the scoreboard. 6 over the scoreboard, there we go, signalled. And he just stood and delivered that one over the top of deep mid wicket.
Danny Kirkup's went after him there. I think a few of the fans behind us said it's going to ache him, the ball there.
So Kirkup's gone to 33.
This will be the last game he's ever
And the 2 batsmen just have a little chat out in the middle there, and the ball's been fouled now. I've never seen you hit one like that. I've seen you hit a 6 here.
6? Oh, I've hit a few 6s, Roddy. Not that many though, I'm not the biggest hitter. But no, it certainly went a long way.
But Foster's got it back now up at the top end there. So there's a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, and a deep cover at the moment, and a third man. Oh, another big hit, and that'll be 6, is it? It's no ball, and it's saved. He stopped it down on the long off boundary there. And no, it's a no ball, and there's a chance of a run out, and no, he's not given out. So goodness me, There was a no ball. There was 2 runs.
I think we'll get a free hit there.
There was a no ball, and there was 1 run, and there was a chance of a run out as well from the long off boundary, and it was a good stop, and there's a free hit.
Fantastic stop in the boundary there. I thought it was 6 all the way, but he's done a good job. Hopefully a free hit, so
So the score now 104 for 2.
you can't change the field here either.
Well, I think, are you sure? Because it's a different striker. Dan Kirkup's not on strike anymore, so I don't know if they have changed the field, but we'll discuss the points of that. And it's driven, and he might be out, and he's dropped it. He just took it down.
Yeah, good ball. Yeah, it's a good run.
Another run added on there. Just slipped past the bowler, and it's going a bit wild out there at the moment. So the free hit was dropped up at long off there, and it was just made sure he stopped that one from going over the boundary, and the sun's shining right down from behind us here, so the score's gone to 106 for 2. And it is Forster who comes in again now. He's about to come in anyway. Here he comes. Running up towards us now, and he's bowling to Parker, who just pushes this for 1. They're going for a quick one. Oh, he's missed it. Will they come back for 2? They're going to get 2 here. Another misfield in there. It's extra cover. And they're giving just leaking 1 or 2 here. Humshaugh trying to keep these runs down. 108 for 2 now. In the 15th, this one. I hope them overs have clicked over on the board, but we've got a maximum of 20. But here's Forster again now. Moves in to bowl to Parker, who just defends this one down into the leg side this time, and there's no run that time. Forster's forward and picks that up. So that's the end of the over. So end of the 15th, 108 for 2. Now Haltwhistle with 5 to go here. And I think for now, that's about time we have a break here on Cricket West Tyne. We've been going for the first innings here, so we've been going for an hour here, so it's time to have a break here at the moment. Right, it's our time for a break. I'll leave you, and we'll be back to take up the chase with Humshaugh, and we'll bring you the scores as well. But I'll leave you now with Haltwhistle 108 for 2 with 5 overs to go, and we'll be back when Humshaugh take up the chase to see what they need to get to try and win this final of the Division 1 West Tyne League Knockout Trophy. So until then, I'll leave you with Haltwhistle at 108 for 2.